Here's De Niro here. His appearance, along with a couple of first responders, all part of the Joe Biden campaign, and less about the trial itself. But this is a trial which is now wrapped, and jury deliberations have begun.
That's right. Here to bring us up to speed on everything is Global's Jackson Proskow, who joins us outside the courthouse. And Jackson, what are we expecting to see today, and what factors will the jurors be considering in their decision?
Well, good morning. You know, we're going to see about an hour's worth of instructions from the judge this morning, and then the jurors will get down to deliberation. Of course, the question is, can they actually come to an agreement about these 34 different charges, right? Are they actually able to come to a conclusion here? Can they wade through all the evidence? Can they separate all the different factors out here? What they have to do is consider whether or not Trump engaged in some sort of business fraud here. That's what this is all about. But of course, they've been reminded repeatedly that Trump is a former president. They've been told not to consider Trump's status as a former president. And they also have to consider, you know, the basis of these charges and whether or not there was influence in the 2016 election, which is a point that prosecutors have really been hammering at here.
Jackson, we just showed actor Robert De Niro, who showed up at court yesterday in support of President Joe Biden and his re-election campaign. Just how difficult is it going to be to separate politics from this case?
You know, virtually impossible. Inside the courtroom, Trump's defense has repeatedly referred to his status as a former president. They've told the jurors that this is not a referendum on what people think about Donald Trump. Outside the courtroom, you've had both Trump's campaign and Joe Biden's campaign marshaling their supporters here because there's so much media around. Yesterday, we saw the adult sons of the former president come outside the courtroom to support their father. And then, as you mentioned, you had Robert De Niro, you had police officers who were defending the Capitol on January 6th, all in support of Joe Biden outside the courtroom. So even though this court case itself really, you know, should not theoretically impact Trump's run for the presidency, you can't separate out the fact that he is a presidential candidate on trial, and a conviction could well hurt him, at least in the polls. So that's what's taking place here, all while the jurors try to reach a conclusion just about the facts of the case, about the evidence that they heard over the past 6 weeks.
All right, Jackson Proskow in New York for us. Thanks for the update.